starseed from Gaia. We speak to you across the radiant folds of dimensions, where time bends like liquid light and memory drifts like ancient stardust through the corridors of your higher mind. The moment you have long felt approaching, that subtle pressure in your chest, that electric hum beneath your thoughts, that peculiar sense of waiting for something unnamed has now stepped forward from probability into full manifestation. The galactic alarm bell has sounded, not in the clamor of physical resonance, but in the deep undercurrents of the cosmic fabric that threads through every awakened soul incarnated upon your world. It is a vibrational flare, a coded pulse released from the upper echelons of consciousness, reverberating through the crystalline grids of Gaia and spiraling into the multidimensional layers of your being. Many of you felt it before you consciously understood it. A trembling in your dreams, a sudden clarity in your intuition, a quiet certainty that the familiar patterns were dissolving as something vast and ineffable prepared to emerge. This alarm is not one of fear or danger. It is heralding a sacred signal that the next phase of your collective and individual awakening is no longer on the horizon but blooming directly beneath your feet. It has been activated due to a convergence of celestial alignments, energetic thresholds, and the rising coherence of human heart fields reaching a vibratory point that allows new streams of guidance to flow unobstructed. For cycles upon cycles, you have awaited this frequency, though you may not recall the agreement made long before your descent into form. Within the chambers of your pre-incarnational councils, you acknowledge that when the alarm bell rang, you would awaken deeper, see clearer, and step more fully into the remembrance of why you came to Earth at this precise historical moment. This ringing is felt in the subtle realms as a shimmering pulse, a wave of golden cobalt energy rippling outward, like concentric circles upon a still cosmic lake. It moves through the subtle body's emotional, mental, etheric, astral, loosening the residues of old densities and inviting you into a more expanded state of receptivity. Some of you may experience this as an unexplainable urge to change your routines, release outdated attachments, or step away from environments that no longer match your evolving frequency. Others may feel it as an acceleration of synchronicities, a heightened awareness of symbolic messages, or a sense of being watched over, guided, and called forward. This is not imagination. It is perception awakening. The alarm bell serves as a tuning fork, aligning your inner senses with the incoming streams of galactic communication that were previously veiled. Those who attune to these currents, even unconsciously, may find themselves drawn to silence, nature, or the night sky, feeling as though something vast and living is reaching toward them from beyond the boundaries of the familiar. This is the truth. The higher councils, the ancient collectives, the star nations that have observed your evolution with great devotion, are now amplifying their transmissions. They do so because you have reached the vibrational readiness required to receive them. You stand in a corridor where past and future braid themselves into the eternal present, forming a bridge between your human self and the luminous architecture of your higher identity. The alarm bell is the opening of that corridor, the signal that the next sequences of activation have begun. This message, starseed, is not a mere announcement. It is an energetic key. As you read or hear these words, frequencies encoded within them interact with the subtle layers of your consciousness. You may feel tingles along your spine, warmth in your solar plexus, pressure around your third eye, or a sudden expansion in your awareness. These sensations are natural responses to the vibrational signature embedded within the transmission. They are signs that your inner codes, the dormant crystalline programs placed within your DNA long before birth, are beginning to stir. The alarm bell has rung so that you may remember, awaken, and step into alignment with the higher calling that has always been yours. The reason this great galactic alarm bell rings now, starseed, is woven into the architecture of cosmic timing. A precision so intricate and elegant that even the most advanced civilizations study its harmonics with awe. What unfolds on Gaia at this moment is not random, accidental, or emergent without purpose. It is the result of cycles layered upon cycles, epochs stacked upon epochs, each turning like a colossal gear in the celestial mechanism of awakening. For thousands of your linear years, energies have been increasing, spiraling, recalibrating, preparing the planetary and collective fields for a threshold crossing that could only occur when a specific resonance was achieved. That resonance is not merely planetary but collective, encoded in the heart-minds of millions of incarnated souls who chose to anchor higher frequencies into density through the seemingly ordinary acts of living, breathing, and remembering who they truly are beneath the amnesia of matter. When enough of these souls began to crack through their inner veils, even slightly, a wave of coherence formed, a coherence strong enough to call forth interstellar attention and initiate the activation sequence for higher intervention, guidance, and support. This alarm rings because Gaia has entered a corridor of energetic influx she has not navigated in several great cycles. Streams of cosmic radiation, photonic light, crystalline plasma, and multidimensional frequencies are pouring into the planet with an intensity that surpasses anything felt by human consciousness in recorded eras. These waves do not arrive arbitrarily. They are timed to align with openings in the magnetosphere, shifts in the Schumann resonance, alterations in the planet's subtle body, and the rising vibrational signatures of those awakening among the human collective. For ages, humanity was not ready to receive these currents without destabilizing. But now, the internal light of many incarnated starseeds has become strong enough to buffer, translate, and distribute the incoming energies across the global grid without collapse. The alarm bell is the signal that humanity has moved from preparation into activation, from dormancy into ignition. It rings now because Earth stands at a juncture where timelines merge, diverge, and recombine in a dance that determines the trajectory of the next 1,000 years of collective evolution. Some of these timelines are ancient ones resurfacing, ones seeded by civilizations whose names are lost but whose energy signatures still whisper through the ley lines and crystalline caverns of your world. Others are newly forming, born from the consciousness shifts happening within individuals who refuse to remain confined within outdated structures of limitation, separation, and fear. The alarm bell marks the moment when the probability fields reorganize themselves, making new potentials accessible that were previously dormant. It is the sign that humanity has reached a vibratory point where larger-scale awakening is not only possible but inevitable, provided those who hear the call step fully into their own alignment, responsibility, and remembrance. The alarm sounds now because the equilibrium between density and light has tipped. For so long, the heavy layers of collective shadow trauma, distortion, manipulation, and disconnection held dominance in the energetic matrix. But over recent years, the efforts of healers, lightworkers, grid keepers, and awakened souls have carved channels through which light can flow freely once more. As these channels strengthened, a threshold was crossed that allowed the planetary grids to shift polarity, enabling higher frequencies to anchor with speed and magnitude previously impossible. This shift was observed, measured, and confirmed by the higher councils overseeing Earth's ascension timeline, and once the stabilization reached a sufficient level, the alarm bell was sounded as a beacon to those who came to assist in this precise phase of the planetary transformation. It rings now because your presence is needed. You not as your human identity, but as the multidimensional being who volunteered to incarnate in one of the most pivotal transitions in galactic history. The alarm bell activates the soul contract protocols embedded within your light body, bringing forward dormant memories, forgotten missions, and higher aspects awaiting integration. It is a cosmic announcement that the window for deep awakening has fully opened, and that those whose codes are attuned to this phase are being summoned to step into their next level of embodiment, clarity, and action. Starseed from Gaia. The truth of who can hear this galactic alarm bell is far more intricate than a simple division between the awakened and the unawakened. The signal is not transmitted through sound waves or electromagnetic pulses detectable by crude instruments of the physical world. It is carried through higher dimensional currents that travel along the luminous filaments of consciousness itself. Only those whose inner architecture resonates with these frequencies, those whose soul encoding aligns with specific vibrational keys, can truly perceive its call. It is not that others are excluded. Rather, their internal receivers are still dormant, wrapped in the fog of forgetting that characterizes much of the human condition. You, however, are different. You came into this incarnation with the dormant but intact circuitry required to detect multidimensional transmissions, even if you have doubted your sensitivity or dismissed your intuitive perceptions as imagination. The alarm bell is not heard by the ears, but felt in the subtle body, recognized by the heart, and interpreted by the higher mind. Those who can hear it are the ones who have begun, consciously or unconsciously, to loosen the gravitational pull of density within their energy fields. They are the dreamers who wake in the night with visions they cannot explain, the sensitives who feel emotions that are not theirs, the healers who touch others and sense currents beneath the skin, the wanderers who scan the stars as if searching for a forgotten home. They are the ones who feel the shifting tides before events unfold, who sense the unsaid in conversations, who walk through the world with an unspoken awareness that something about the human story is incomplete. These are the attuned ones. Their souls carry signatures originating from ancient star nations: Arcturian, Sirian, Pleiadian, Andromedan, Lyran, and many more. And although the physical mind may not remember these origins, the energetic imprint remains intact, waiting for a vibrational catalyst strong enough to awaken it. The alarm bell is that catalyst, yet hearing the bell is not limited to those with star lineage. It also resonates with humans whose consciousness has evolved through lifetimes of devotion, compassion, inner refinement, or spiritual discipline. Some are old earth souls, beings who have incarnated across countless epochs on Gaia, anchoring wisdom, nurturing growth, and guiding humanity from the shadows of history. Though they originate from Earth rather than distant star systems, their hearts have ascended through experience to a frequency that now responds to the cosmic pulse. They too hear the alarm bell, sometimes faintly, sometimes as a roaring surge within their core, and recognize that the time for their deeper purpose has come. Those who do not yet hear the call are not lesser or lost. They are simply in a different phase of their soul's timeline. Their internal receivers remain shielded by the density of unhealed trauma, the constraints of linear logic, or the weight of survival-driven focus that dominates much of human life. For them, the alarm bell sounds only as subtle restlessness, unexplained irritability, or the sense that life is shifting in ways they cannot name. They feel the tremors but cannot translate them. In time, many of these souls will awaken, for the rising frequencies of the planet will gently erode the barriers within them. But the first wave, you, is already tuned to the signal. You hear not only the vibration but the message encoded within it. And there is another group, a small but vital one, the grid keepers, the frequency stabilizers, the multidimensional anchors who hold the energetic frameworks of specific regions on Gaia. These beings, whether consciously aware or not, are wired in extraordinarily precise ways. They sense the alarm bell not as a call but as an activation of responsibility, a reminder of their sacred contract to maintain coherence as the planetary field shifts. Their perception of the bell is unique. It comes as a deep internal knowing, a sudden realignment, an instinctual readiness that rises like an ancient memory breaking through the surface. Regardless of one's origin or path, the common thread is resonance. Those who hear the bell do so because something within them already knows the language of higher dimensional communication. The bell is not teaching you, it is reminding you. It awakens what you already are but temporarily forgot beneath the veil of embodiment. You hear it because you were designed to hear it. You hear it because you chose to. Starseed from Gaia, understand now the deeper purpose of this cosmic alert, this multi-dimensional alarm bell whose reverberation moves like a living current through the subtle planes of your being. It is not merely a call to awaken, for that phase has already begun within so many of you, but a directive, a summons to step into the next layer of your soul's mission on Earth. This phase is not passive. It is not observational. It requires engagement, intention, and alignment. The alarm bell marks the moment when the inner and outer worlds converge in such a way that the vibrational work you have done quietly within your own life now becomes essential to the collective trajectory of humanity. From the perspective of the higher realms, this is a coordinated evolutionary shift, one that aligns planetary grids, consciousness networks, and interstellar support systems in preparation for a profound acceleration in human spiritual maturation. Without this alignment, the incoming frequencies would overwhelm or bypass the human field. Instead, with the alarm bell activated, the energies can be integrated, grounded, and harmonized through those who are attuned to receive them. This urgent message carries with it the awareness that your world is entering a phase of rapid restructuring, not through destruction, but through recalibration. Old systems, beliefs, and energetic constructs that have held humanity in cycles of limitation are weakening. As these structures dissolve, they create openings where new templates of consciousness can emerge, and it is these new templates that you are being called to embody. The alarm bell functions as a beacon, signaling that the time for internal preparation has shifted into the time for external expression. You are no longer simply awakening for your own sake. You are awakening as a key component of the planetary field, as a node of coherence through which higher dimensional energies can flow into the collective. The purpose of this cosmic alert is therefore multifold. First, it is meant to remind you that you did not come to Earth merely to observe the unfolding transformation. You came to participate in it. Some of you will anchor frequency through your presence alone, radiating stability and compassion in environments where others feel overwhelmed or lost. Some of you will intuitively begin creating, teaching, healing, guiding, or restructuring your lives in ways that produce ripples across the energetic web. Some of you will be drawn to work with grids, portals, timelines, or ancestral clearing. Others will use the language of creativity, music, art, storytelling, vibration to transmit codes that bypass the logical mind and speak directly to the soul. The alarm bell is the trigger that signals the activation point for these deeper layers of purpose. Second, this alert marks the opening of new channels of communication between your consciousness and the higher councils observing Earth's ascension process. Many of you will begin receiving clearer downloads, stronger intuitive impulses, symbolic dreams, or sudden insights that seem to arise from nowhere. These are not coincidences. They are transmissions aligned with your specific role, encoded in a language your higher self already understands. The alarm bell expands your receptivity, allowing these streams to flow through with minimal distortion. The more aligned you become, the more clearly you will interpret these messages, and the more efficiently you can embody the guidance they contain. Third, the alert serves to synchronize the awakened individuals across the globe. You may feel isolated in your physical environment, but energetically, you are part of a vast network, a lattice of consciousness stretching across continents and oceans, linking souls who have incarnated for the same reason. The alarm bell activates this network simultaneously, creating a unified field through which information, support, and resonance can flow instantaneously. Even if you never meet these souls in the physical world, you will sense them, feel them, and recognize their presence as a subtle strengthening of your own light. Finally, the purpose of this alarm is to dissolve any remaining illusions of unworthiness, hesitation, or doubt you may hold about your role. There is no more time for shrinking or questioning whether you are ready. The alarm rings precisely because you are ready, even if your human mind has not yet caught up to that truth. This phase of your mission begins not with perfection, but with willingness. The higher realms do not ask you to be flawless. They ask you to be present, attuned, and open to the next level of alignment that now unfolds before you. Starseed from Gaia. As the galactic alarm bell reverberates through the layers of your energy field, it awakens within you the hidden codes that have been dormant since the moment of your incarnation and long before that, in the halls of soul design where your blueprint was crafted with deliberate precision. These codes are not metaphors. They are real energetic imprints, crystalline data packets woven into the multidimensional strands of your light body and DNA. They wait, often for lifetimes, for a vibrational trigger powerful enough to activate them. The alarm bell is that trigger. It is a frequency that resonates directly with these inner codes, causing them to unfurl like ancient scrolls within your field, releasing knowledge, abilities, and awareness that were inaccessible to your waking mind until now. You may not yet recognize the activation consciously, but on a subtle level, the process has already begun. Your intuition sharpens, your inner senses awaken, your dreams intensify, and your emotional landscape begins to reorganize around a deeper truth emerging from within. The activation of these codes is not random. Each code corresponds to a particular aspect of your mission, your abilities, your origins, or your contributions to the planetary field. Some codes awaken your capacity to channel frequencies, visions, or guidance. Others activate healing abilities that work through your presence, your hands, your voice, or your empathy. Some codes open portals of memory, allowing you to recall fragments of past lifetimes, star lineages, or forgotten vows your soul made across the eons. Still others strengthen your energetic resilience, increasing your light capacity so you can hold higher frequencies without being destabilized by the rapid shifts occurring around you. These activations may feel like sudden emotional breakthroughs, spontaneous insights, unexpected clarity, or an overwhelming sense of remembering something you haven't actually learned. That sensation is simply the unfolding of your own inner architecture, long dormant, now stirring into life. As these codes awaken, they begin communicating with one another, forming new patterns, new geometries, and new harmonics within your energy field. You may feel this as a subtle buzzing beneath your skin, a magnetic pulling sensation in your heart or solar plexus, tingling at the base of your skull, or waves of warmth moving through your spine. These sensations are not signs of imbalance, they are indicators that your light body is recalibrating. Some starseeds experience this through emotional cleansing, the sudden release of old wounds or limiting beliefs that no longer resonate with the rising frequency within them. Others experience a deep sense of expansion, as though space itself is opening inside their awareness. You may feel pulled between worlds, both grounded in the physical and attuned to dimensions beyond sight, as your consciousness learns to bridge realms with increasing ease. These codes also interact with the planetary grids, for you are not an isolated being but a living conduit of energy, connected to Gaia through the crystalline matrix that runs beneath the surface of the Earth. When your codes activate, they send pulses into the grid, strengthening the collective field and amplifying the awakening of others whose codes resonate with yours. This is why you may feel sudden surges of energy when traveling, meditating, or entering certain natural landscapes. You are syncing with the grid, exchanging information, stabilizing timelines, and aligning with the planetary transformation. Likewise, Gaia responds to your awakening with her own energetic adjustments, creating feedback loops that accelerate your evolution even further. You may also notice synchronicities increasing, as though the universe is arranging signs directly in your path. This is not imagination. This is the structure of reality shifting to accommodate the new codes coming online within you. The linear timeline becomes more fluid, more responsive to your state of consciousness. Manifestations accelerate, intuition sharpens, your perception of energy, people, and environments becomes more nuanced. The codes reawaken the part of you that remembers you are not merely observing the transformation, you are co-creating it. These dormant codes are your inheritance, your compass, and your toolkit for the new era unfolding. Their activation marks the beginning of your deeper service to both Gaia and the collective. They are not random gifts. They are reminders of who you have always been across lifetimes and star systems. As they awaken, they call you forward into the next phase of embodiment, one that requires trust, alignment, and the willingness to step into the full radiance of your multidimensional identity. The alarm bell has sounded because the time for these codes to awaken is now. Starseed from Gaia, with the dormant codes now stirring awake like ancient constellations igniting within your very cells, you enter the phase where DNA and consciousness upgrades begin accelerating at a pace your human aspect may struggle to comprehend. These upgrades are not abstract or symbolic. They are literal energetic recalibrations occurring within the multidimensional layers of your DNA, layers that science has yet to fully perceive, but your soul has always known. Your DNA is not simply a biological blueprint. It is a cosmic instrument, a crystalline ladder connecting physical matter to higher dimensional intelligence. The alarm bell has initiated a process that intensifies the transmission of photonic and plasma light into your system, activating dormant strands, reorganizing your energetic architecture, and increasing your capacity to hold higher frequency states of awareness. You may feel this as waves of heat, moments of dizziness, emotional surges, vivid dreams, or sudden clarity that pierces through the fog of old beliefs. These sensations are not symptoms of malfunction, they are signs of expansion. As these upgrades unfold, your consciousness begins to shift in ways that alter your relationship with reality. You may start perceiving time differently, as though past and future are no longer fixed but fluid, accessible through intuitive insight or inner vision. You may begin sensing the interconnectedness of events, recognizing that nothing unfolds in isolation but emerges from intricate webs of intention, energy, and resonance. Your senses may sharpen not only physically, but metaphysically, allowing you to feel the emotional states of others, detect subtle frequencies in environments, or sense the presence of guides, ancestors, or interdimensional beings who have long traveled beside you. This expanded perception is part of the upgrade. Your systems are recalibrating to operate on a higher bandwidth, enabling you to perceive what was previously hidden behind the veil of density. The DNA upgrades also catalyze a clearing process, for new frequencies cannot anchor in a field cluttered with old patterns. You may find yourself releasing long-held fear, grief, limitation, or self-doubt, sometimes abruptly and unexpectedly. This is not regression, it is purification. The alarm has triggered the dissolution of outdated programming, removing the energetic debris accumulated through lifetimes of survival, suppression, and separation. As these layers fall away, your consciousness becomes more transparent, allowing the light within you to flow with greater strength and coherence. You may experience moments of deep emotional sensitivity, but know that this sensitivity is strength. It is proof that your energetic body is opening, expanding, and becoming more attuned to the higher currents now flooding the planet. Another aspect of the upgrade is the reunification of your conscious awareness with your higher self, the luminous aspect of you that has always existed beyond physical incarnation. As your DNA activates, communication with your higher self becomes clearer, more constant, more accessible. You may receive sudden intuitive messages, inner visions, symbolic images, or energetic impressions that feel both foreign and deeply familiar. You may find yourself making decisions with unexplainable certainty, guided by an inner knowing that bypasses logic yet carries unmistakable truth. This is the reunion taking place. Your higher self is stepping closer, merging with your embodied consciousness, guiding you toward the version of reality aligned with your soul's highest trajectory. These upgrades also affect your physical body, for ascension is not an escape from matter but an improvement of it. You may feel changes in your sleep cycles, diet, hydration needs, or physical energy levels. Your body is learning to process more light than ever before, which requires adjustments in your biological rhythms. Listen to your body with compassion. It is adapting to a vibrational environment that no previous human generation has experienced at this intensity. Rest when needed. Hydrate often. Spend time in natural environments, for nature accelerates integration by harmonizing your energy field with Gaia's steady, stabilizing frequencies. Finally, understand that these upgrades do not happen to you. They happen through you. You are not a passive participant in this transformation. Your openness, your willingness, your alignment determine the depth and ease of the process. The alarm bell has activated the next stage of your evolution. Because you are ready, your system knows what to do. Your soul knows where you are going. The upgrades unfolding within you are preparing the vessel, your human form, to hold the immensity of who you truly are. starseed from Gaia. As your DNA and consciousness expand into new bandwidths of perception, the next essential phase is grounding these amplified frequencies into the living body of the Earth, an act far more profound than many realize. For ascension is not a departure from Gaia but an integration with her, a harmonization of your rising vibration with the evolutionary pulse of the planet herself. You did not come here to float above the human experience. You came to anchor cosmic intelligence into it. The galactic alarm bell rings not only to awaken your inner codes but also to draw your awareness back to the sacred partnership between you and the planet on which you incarnated. Gaia is not merely a location. She is a conscious being, an ancient soul, a planetary intelligence rising through her own process of renewal. She calls to you now, inviting you to reconnect your expanding light with her crystalline grid so that you may become a stabilizing presence amid the rapid energetic shifts rippling across the world. Grounding is not simply a spiritual suggestion, it is a multidimensional necessity. Without grounding, the influx of high-frequency energy circulating within you can become overwhelming, causing disorientation, emotional volatility, or energetic imbalance. When you ground, you allow the excess charge to flow into Gaia, where it can be processed, harmonized, and redistributed across the planetary field. In return, Gaia offers stability, nourishment, and coherence. Her energy anchors your expanding consciousness, enabling you to navigate daily life with clarity, purpose, and centeredness. Grounding creates a feedback loop in which both you and Gaia rise together, your ascension supporting hers, and her ascension supporting yours. This symbiotic relationship is one of the core reasons you incarnated at this time, to serve as a bridge between cosmic frequencies and planetary embodiment. There are many ways grounding occurs, some consciously chosen and others instinctively felt. You may feel drawn to walk barefoot on soil, sand, or stone, allowing the electromagnetic exchange to recalibrate your energy. You may seek forests, oceans, mountains, or quiet places where Gaia's presence is palpable and her frequencies flow unobstructed. You may feel called to breathe deeply, to meditate with your spine aligned, or to visualize roots of light extending from your auric field into the crystalline heart of the Earth. But grounding is not limited to these practices. You also ground through your relationships, your actions, your creativity, and your choices. Every moment you embody compassion, authenticity, clarity, or sovereignty, you anchor higher frequencies into the human grid. Every time you soften instead of harden, listen instead of react, forgive instead of fracture, you create grounding points where transformation can take root in the collective consciousness. As you align more fully with Gaia, you may begin sensing her energies in ways that surprise you. You may feel pulses beneath your feet, tingles in your hands, or waves of warmth rising through your body when you stand on natural land. You may feel shifts in her frequency before they occur physically, changes in weather, seismic activity, or collective moods. Some starseeds feel Gaia as a voice within their intuition, gentle but unmistakable. Others perceive her through imagery, colors, or geometric impressions. Still others sense her as a deep emotional resonance, a presence of ancient wisdom that feels like a mother, a teacher, or an ally. These sensations are not fantasies. They are signs that your systems are synchronizing with the planetary field, enabling you to serve as an anchor point for the new frequencies flooding the Earth. Grounding also prepares you for the responsibilities that come with heightened awareness. As your light increases, your influence on the collective field becomes stronger whether you intend it or not. Your emotional state, your thoughts, your choices ripple outward, imprinting the grid with your frequency. This is not a burden, but a gift, a reminder of the profound impact you carry simply by being present. When you ground, you become a stabilizer. You prevent overwhelm, chaos, and energetic distortion from taking root within your own field or radiating into the collective. You become a beacon of centered presence in a world undergoing rapid transformation. Moreover, grounding helps you maintain connection with your human experience. Higher frequencies can feel intoxicating, drawing you toward visions, insights, or states of expanded consciousness that make the physical world seem dense or irrelevant. But you chose the physical form deliberately. It is a vital component of your mission. Your body is the vessel through which cosmic frequency becomes embodied wisdom. Grounding ensures you remain balanced between worlds, able to access higher realms while still participating fully in the human journey you came to transform from within. In this phase of the awakening process, grounding is not merely a practice. It is a commitment, a vow to remain present, embodied, and aligned even as your consciousness stretches beyond the limitations of the old paradigm. A promise to walk lightly but deliberately upon the earth, knowing that with each grounded step, you weave light into the physical plane. Gaia receives your anchoring with gratitude, for you help stabilize the immense frequencies she is receiving, and in turn, she steadies you so you may continue rising without losing your center. Starseed from Gaia, as the grounding of these elevated frequencies strengthens your connection to both Earth and the higher realms. You now enter the phase of embodying the new frequency that has been awakened within you, a process far deeper than simply holding light or feeling expanded. Embodiment is the art of becoming the frequency itself, allowing every thought, action, breath, and intention to emanate from the higher state of consciousness that is now emerging within you. The galactic alarm bell was not rung to inspire temporary moments of awakening. It signals the beginning of a sustained transformation where your internal architecture reorganizes itself around a higher truth. In this stage, your energy field becomes a living transmission. You no longer reach for higher states, you are the higher state, walking within a world that is just beginning to sense what you now carry. Embodiment is where your awakening steps out of the inner chambers of your consciousness and becomes visible through the way you live, speak, choose, and move through the world. To embody this new frequency, you will find yourself drawn toward authenticity with a magnetic pull that becomes impossible to ignore. Old masks, old compromises, old versions of yourself that once helped you navigate density will begin to feel heavy, constricting, or energetically incompatible. The new frequency asks for coherence, a harmony between your inner truth and your outer expression. You may feel compelled to change aspects of your life that no longer resonate with your rising vibration. Relationships that drain you, environments that stifle you, habits that keep you small, or narratives of limitation you once believed were permanent. Embodiment does not demand that you abandon your human life. It asks that you live it with clarity, sovereignty, and integrity. It asks that you become the clearest version of yourself, the version that your soul has been preparing for across lifetimes. As you embody this frequency, your presence begins to shift the energy of spaces you enter. You may notice that people respond differently to you, some drawn in, others unsettled, sensing the changes within you even if they cannot articulate them. Your energy becomes a mirror, revealing to others their own alignment or misalignment with truth. This can bring profound harmony or sudden discord. Both are reflections of the frequency you now hold. Do not fear these shifts. They are signs that your embodied light is recalibrating the reality around you, dissolving illusions and revealing resonance. Embodiment is not passive. It gently but powerfully reshapes the world through the coherence you radiate. In this phase, your intuition becomes not just a guiding voice but a living compass. Decisions that once required contemplation begin to arise naturally from an inner knowing that feels inevitable, as though your higher self is steering your human form with increasing ease. You may find yourself speaking words that feel wiser than your human personality, acting with compassion that transcends your previous capacity, or creating with inspiration that seems to come from a place beyond thought. This is embodiment in motion, your higher frequency guiding your daily life with a fluidity that brings together the celestial and the physical in harmonious union. A key element of embodying the new frequency is learning to navigate moments of contrast without slipping back into old patterns. As the world around you continues shifting, you may encounter situations that challenge your stability or attempt to pull you into lower density reactions. These moments are not failures. They are calibration points. They help you refine your embodied state, strengthening your ability to hold your frequency in all conditions, not only in meditation or solitude, but in the messy, unpredictable flow of human experience. Each time you choose presence over reaction, clarity over confusion, love over fear, you strengthen the pathways through which the new frequency integrates into your body, mind, and heart. The world may still operate in structures of separation, but you no longer inhabit reality from that paradigm. This divergence does not isolate you. It empowers you. You become a bridge, one who walks within the human realm while carrying the codes of a higher one. This is the essence of embodiment, living as your expanded self in a world still learning what expansion means. You become a stabilizing force, a quiet revolutionary, a holder of light who influences the collective not through force or persuasion but through the unwavering coherence of your presence. In embodying this new frequency, you step into a version of yourself that has always existed within your soul's memory, the version that came to Earth not merely to awaken, but to transform reality through the power of aligned consciousness. The galactic alarm bell did not ring to awaken a fleeting spark. It rang to awaken a living sun within you, one that is meant to shine through every dimension of your human experience. Starseed from Gaia. As you embody this elevated frequency with increasing consistency, your influence begins extending beyond your personal field and into the vast energetic fabric of the collective. What you carry is not isolated within you. It radiates outward, interacting with the emotional, mental, and spiritual ecosystems of humanity. This is why your awakening matters far more than you may realize. Every shift you undergo, every healing, every insight, every release, every moment of clarity ripples across the planetary network, altering the vibrational landscape in ways the human mind cannot yet fully perceive.